What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Punk Rock Radar. I'm doing this my fourth video in a row, and it is early in the morning. So bear with me if I make any mistakes, especially anything factual. But I'm gonna try and make this my last one. I've got a pretty substantial stack of CDs to go through, so we'll see how it goes. If it's looking like it's gonna be 20 minutes, I may cut it. But before I get into it, I have the skateboards finally in stock. Art drawn by Seth Campbell. He crushed it on the Punk Rock Radar skateboards. So if you want to support the channel, I got this bundle here. I'm gonna post a couple of individual decks, and there's tons of other stuff: vinyl, CDs, tapes, sweatshirts, t-shirts, sweatpants, the whole shebang. Go check out the link down below if you'd like to support the channel. I am infinitely grateful to those of you who do so. And let's get into it. I got some random stuff in here, not all punk today, so bear with me. So I picked up 311 sound system. Most of this stack was from Grump's Garage for between 50 cents and $3. So that's why there may be some like stuff you don't expect from me, but I've always liked this record. Like, I love early mid 311. I remember having this back in the day for sure. Come Original was the big single. They shout out No Effects in that song if you didn't know. Flowing is a good song. I don't know. I've always had a thing for 311. I don't know why. People tell me it's goofy. People tell me it sucks, but I like it. One day there will be a tier list when life settles down and time allows, but that is Sound System. Maybe top four 311 albums. I picked up Dynamite Hack, Super Fast. For those of you who probably around my age, there was a show called farmclub.com that Matt Pinfield used to host. And these guys got pretty popular with their cover of Boys in the Hood, which NWA, I don't know. I know the original. I'm pretty sure it's NWA, but their like acoustic cover of that song was like pretty much everywhere. It's still pretty good. But Dear Kate is another really good song from here. I'm not gonna lie, it's not the best record, but for like 50 cents, I was willing to pick it up because I remember having it. I remember loving that song. So why not? I picked up next No Motive and The Sadness Prevails. This one is like all black on the back, so you're just gonna see my reflection. As far as like late 90s emo, this is like something that I've always kind of dug. Like I think the next one, I forget what it's called, but it had like Into Darkness. Oh, Daylight Breaking, maybe that's it. I feel like that one is a little bit stronger, but as far as like punk influenced late 90s emo, like this is a solid record. No Motive. And I always like the title, And the Sadness Prevails. I think that's kind of cool. This one, I'm taking a chance on it. 49 cents. I've heard good things. Senses Fail, From the Depths of Dreams. Looks like this is maybe... I haven't even opened this one yet, so it's got the booklet that's kind of just laying in here. I definitely have listened to this at some point. Like there was a point where we did the Drive Thru Records tier list. There was a point where I was pretty much buying everything Drive Thru Records put out. As far as Senses Fail goes, I think Still Searching is a great record. Let It Enfold You, I feel like has its like good points. This one, I don't know. I have no recollection of listening to this. So if you guys know like a starting point or a good song from there, leave it in the comments. Let's skip around. Let me get some punk for you guys, because there's some weird shit in here. Oh, actually, I don't. This is like almost all like just alternative. So let's just roll with it. I picked up Silverchair, Frog Stomp, and Silverchair. I got into. My friend's cousin was like the biggest Silverchair fan in the 90s. So like I remember, and I have it still, Neon Ballroom with like Anna Song, Anthem for the Year 2000. I was really into those songs. Like I had this one and Freak Show, obviously, but like I know like Tomorrow, the other song they shout out Pure Massacre and Shade. Not off the top of my head, I don't recollect it, but I think Silverchair is a good band from Australia. So I grabbed that. This one I recommend for you guys. I had it in Off the Radar maybe 3 years ago, but so after Phoenix TX puts out Lechuza, band splits up, half the members go here, half go here, whatever. But the singer Will ends up in this band called Denver Harbor that put out this album in, I don't know, somewhere between '04 and '04. Okay. So this, and again, this is just something I'm thinking. It seems like Will wanted to play pop punk. The rest of the band wanted to play like heavier, more like post-hardcore stuff. So this kind of sounds like the pop punk songs on Lechuza, but it's got like some like indie rock elements. You can kind of gather that from the album covers. Kind of got like almost like a Jack's Mannequin feel. But like the first song is awesome. The single was Picture Perfect Wannabe is really good. I just remember like just putting this on and I didn't really skip around. Like I wouldn't say it's as good as a Phoenix TX record, but for like a band, like a one album band, I definitely think this is worth checking out if you like early 2000s pop punk. I did Artist in the Ambulance in the last video. This is the one that predates that. We have The Illusion of Safety, the second Thrice record. This is, to me, like what really put them on the map. Like I remember when this came out, like everyone's like, holy shit, Deadbolt. I feel like maybe, don't quote me, again, early fourth video of the day. I feel like Deadbolt may have been on MTV too, but like that was like my kind of introduction to the band. And then I got Identity Crisis, but like this is so far ahead of its time. I think like there were other bands like doing this style, but like no one who had it refined as Thrice did. With like as a young band's first and second albums, like put those on. Like it's the first one's called Identity Crisis. To me, they there's no crisis there. Like they were Thrice. They were a band doing something that not a lot of other bands were doing, and they were doing it like better than like everyone else in the scene. So happy to get Illusion of Safety. I picked up the Nerf Herder self-titled album on Arista Records. I'm like, I feel like this is the debut. I could be wrong. I'm thinking now, but I love Nerf Herder. Lewis and I saw them last year with Diesel Boy, and like a lot of these songs are still part of the set. Like Down on Haley, classic. Golf Shirt, classic. Van Halen, one of the best Nerf Herder songs. Nose Ring Girl, they always play. Anna Lee. I mean, it's only 10 songs, which is kind of weird for like an early or mid 90s album. Like you were getting like 14 songs like clockwork, but it's a no skip. It's a no skip. I love this record. Produced by Joey Cape and Ryan Green too. So the dream team on this. So I picked up that. The next one I got Story of the Year. They're I feel like debut. So I have a little bit of a story with Story of the Year. So I feel like it was with Goldfinger in like maybe 2002. And at the time, Story of the Year was going by the name Big Blue Monkey. Early, I could be getting that wrong, but they had an album called Story of the Year, which I did own. And eventually John Feldman got them signed. I think he produced this. I can't see. It's black with gray font. I'm pretty sure this sounds like a John Feldman album. Major label deal. They blow up with the song Until the Day I Die. Everybody knows that song, but I think it's okay. Like Story of the Year has always been like one of those bands where I feel like they've got some good songs, but I don't necessarily know if this is a great record. But I wanted to give it another shot since like I've considered myself there from the inception with these guys. I think they're from St. Louis, but they did come around quite a bit. So I wanted to pick it up. For the sake of Lewis, I picked this up. I think it's okay. Lewis was a huge Everclear fan in the 90s. I remember him like talking about them all the time. I've never seen them in concert, but I know he's seen them a couple times. But like if I'm going to get one, I think this is the best one for me. I feel like it has the most kind of pop punkiness in it. Like so much for the Afterglow, which is the name of the album, but is also the best song on the record for me. 4 Year Strong also crushed that when they covered it. Let me see if there's anything else. I'll Buy You a New Life. Father of Mine, everybody knows is a good song. I don't know any of the others off the top of my head. I thought Santa Monica was on here, but I guess I'm wrong. But I mean, it's okay. I'll give it another shot. Everclear. My favorite hardcore band, Evergreen Terrace from Jacksonville, Florida. I picked up their album Wolf Biker, which for me is their best album. Close second would be Sincerity is an Easy Disguise in This Business. But the way this starts off, Bad Energy Troll, awesome. High Tide or No Tide, awesome. No skips. This is probably like in my top 3 hardcore albums. Maybe some people consider it metalcore. I feel like it doesn't really, I mean, there's singing parts, but it doesn't really get like the kind of emo-y stuff that you kind of associate with metalcore. But I don't know. I'm not a metalcore expert, so maybe I'm off. But anyway, Wolf Biker, Evergreen Terrace, awesome. I picked up Jimmy Eat World's Bleed American. I think for a little while this was called just self-titled, but because of the proximity of when it came out to 9/11. But I mean, people always talk about Clarity. People talk about some of the later stuff, but I mean, this is the definitive Jimmy Eat World album. I mean, this is for me, like when people think Jimmy Eat World, they think Sweetness, they think The Middle. I mean, that's where both of these songs are. So I think the next one's good too. Futures, like Pain is a really good song. But if I'm gonna get a Jimmy Eat World CD, this is the lone one in my collection, I don't see why Bleed American wouldn't be the first. Another band which I consider kind of local, I feel like they're from Long Island. I could be wrong. Long Island, Staten Island, somewhere down there. But I saw Taking Back Sunday as an opener for, God, so many local bands back in the day. I even saw them. So Matchbook Romance was The Getaway, was Fizzlewink. I saw Taking Back Sunday open for Fizzlewink, like before Tell All Your Friends was even out. So I'm not the biggest fan. I think Tell All Your Friends is like a landmark pop punk album, like one of the best from that era. I think there's a pretty steep decline after that, in my opinion. Like this one's got Decade Under the Influence, which is a really good song. The A-side's actually pretty strong, but it's okay. I feel like Tell All Your Friends is like here, and this one's kind of like here. But why not? New York band, let's support them. They're not really getting my money at this point. It's $2 at a thrift shop. So whatever, we'll add it to the collection. And the last thing I'll show is I've been on a Weezer kick lately. It's probably the first Weezer kick of my life, but I am currently on one. And I've been into mostly Maladroit and the Green album. And I got this at a local shop for $1.99, I think. So, I mean, let's be honest, maybe outside of the first couple, Weezer's not, in my opinion, not an album band. They're like a song band. Like even though there's 10 songs on here, like I think you're getting Hash Pipe, Island in the Sun, maybe a couple others. Maybe you guys who are more familiar with Weezer, but they're like a band. I don't know how many passionate Weezer fans there are who are watching this, but like they're kind of like a band now who are like the Offspring, where you get like a couple good songs, you get a handful of goofy songs, and then you get some filler, which is, I mean, whatever. I mean, the good songs are great, so that's all I care about. I love Hash Pipe, and I love it so much I forgot what it's called, Island in the Sun. So I picked it up. But yeah, that'll be the last one I show for this video. I did get through them 15 minutes, so I'll take it. But like I said before, if you want to support the channel, skateboards, t-shirts, vinyl, cassettes, CDs, the whole everything. Punk Rock Radar Limited Run down below, and join the Discord to hang out and talk 24/7 punk rock. So as always, thank you so much for watching. This is the 4th video I did today, so if you stuck around, I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys all next time.